Hello and welcome to the TheKnitGirlls. This is episode 456. I'm Laura, also known as Lella. I pointed to myself that way.
Just in
like
case.
I'm a boss.
I'm Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. It's Friday the 4th of October. We are recording late again because life happens.
It's, what is it? Homecoming week at my
Homecoming
school.
week. Yeah, at mine too.
So it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I went on call yesterday, so I'll be on call for the week, so hopefully we won't get interrupted.
Nah.
But, anyhow, that's all I got.
Hey, the weather got cooler.
It did, like 30 degrees in a day.
Like, it was 100 yesterday when I was at the football game, and today it was 85.
Yeah, when I had to take Kobe to school today because he had this project thing, and it was kind of bulky, and I didn't want him to get it messed up on the bus, so I drove him to school today, and it was 68 at 8 o'clock, and usually it's in the 80s by then already, or higher.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cold
Yay
front
for
came
cold
through.
fronts.
We're supposed to get another one next week.
Yes, with rain. It hasn't rained here in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I have not mowed my lawn since before we went to Leading Men because it is dead grass at this point because there's been no rain.
I just got like 3 little patches of like goose grass or something.
Yeah.
So it's like little springy weeds. And of course, it's in my neighborhood, it stands out like a sore thumb. So I need to get Michael out there with a weed whacker. Anyway, so this is a knitting show usually.
But you're crocheting.
I am crocheting.
Lies.
I mean, I am full of lies. That is true.
This is not a knitting show.
It's a crafting show.
It's a crocheting show today.
Yeah, I was going to work on the Mesa Sweater, but I realized as we were sitting down to record that I had knit back across a lace row when I was supposed to actually be doing lace. So, yeah, I didn't want to make it worse while we were recording. Right now, I only have to take back 1 row.
Maybe.
If I continue, it would be much worse. So, anyway.
Yeah, I'm hoping she comes out with a larger size of that too because she's increasing, Romy Hill is increasing the sizes on a lot of her sweater patterns, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that becomes one of the ones that gets a makeover at some point too.
Yeah.
Because I think I would like it in a larger size. Would you like to go first?
Sure.
I waited till you started counting to ask that question.
With this, I only have to count as high as 7.
That's exciting.
So this is the something ripple blanket. I don't have the link in the show notes because I'm a slacker, but I will look and try to remember to put it up before I put the episode
Well, you
up.
weren't anticipating working on it.
Yeah.
I made you go downstairs and get it.
Yeah. It's covered in dog hair because it's what I work on when I'm sitting and watching TV, and so when I'm not, I just put the blanket part on top of the yarn cake and the crochet hook, and my dogs don't bother it. Like, they don't go looking for stuff to destroy usually when it comes to my knitting. If there's like an open puffy bat of fiber, Buffy will destroy it. I don't know if you remember, but like a month ago when she was in here with us and she was sitting so quietly over there was a bat.
Oh.
She destroyed it.
Sure.
Picked it apart. You know, it's like a kid pulling tissues out of a box.
Or unwrapping toilet paper.
Yeah, but so she lays on this, and so it's covered in her hair. But anyway, this is the double ripple something blanket. It's a simple chevron blanket, and it's knit out of
Crocheted out of.
crocheted, yes, out of.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna need another cake of that.
Karen Big Cakes or Chunky Cakes.
Chunky cakes.
I think. You can see Buffy. So I've got this to go. I'm not going to make it any bigger than this, I don't think, because then it'll be too big to be a baby blanket.
Yeah.
So,
Are you going to save this as like a...
No, it'll go with the other stuff we're sending to Canada. So, yeah. So that's the thing that I'm actively working on right now, and that is all... Well, no. I'll show the... Oh, there went my crochet hook. I will show the... You dropped your clicker?
I dropped my clicker and I can't reach it. I'm clicker free. Hey, but I downloaded an app called Counter on my watch that I can use instead.
So you have a clicker and a clicker backup.
I do.
So
look, it's on my watch. I can count. Well, you guys can't see it.
Can't see it, no.
Because it's going the wrong way. Yeah. Sorry, I can't contort to a way that... But it's like CONTR. It's a free app that you can download.
So I re-swatched for Poet. I didn't do the lace part this time. I just did the stockinette. And spot on with gauge this time. And I don't think that this is too loose of a fabric because it fuzzes up nicely.
Yeah.
And I'll never wear the sweater without a camisole or something
I like
under
that.
it anyway.
I like that better.
So
you went up to 6s?
I went up to 6s or 7s, whatever it's 2 sizes up from where the pattern says. I don't happen to have it with me, so I think it was 6s, yeah. Yes, it was 6s because I did the bumps on the thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So this is something I actually, apparently a lot of people do it. I had never heard of it until Mel, formerly Single Handed Knits, mentioned it. She ties
Mel Ski Knits now, I think.
She ties like a knot in her like tail. Yeah, for each US size she adds a knot. So for a size 6 she adds 6 knots, and then even if she loses like the tag that went with it, she can know what size needle. I know some people do like pearl bumps in the swatch.
That can destroy your fabric though.
I'm just too lazy and forget. So anyway,
some people do yarn overs too.
Also this is a Hikari handmade bag.
She just did an update.
I really like her.
There's one that I really like, and I'm very tempted.
Yeah, I really like her bags. They're made out of a really like nice sturdy canvas, and they have pockets inside, and I like her stuff. So the Mesa Sweater. This is by Romy Hill. I mentioned that already. This is what the sweater looks like. It's just a big sort of drapey rectangle. And I'm knitting it out of a color pack from Miss Babs. So I'm on this sort of kind of deep gold color, and then these are the other colors. So the next color, I can't remember if the next color was...
I think it went that way.
This... Yeah, I think the pink was the last color. I can go back and pull the thing up. Or I could just choose what I like better, but I think I like it better this way.
I like it better that way.
So, yeah.
It's more of a gradient that way.
So, yeah, I've gotten, maybe 10 rows done since last week. It's not like you can tell because it's lace in sort of a garter system.
Oh my gosh, I almost got it. And then I hit it further away.
Oh no. So, but like I said, I screwed up on the last row, and so it's going to have to wait until I'm not trying to record a podcast and entertain you guys at the same time. So, yeah. So that's what I'm working on.
I'm going to back up those 3 stitches because then I can show you guys from the end. Because you're done, right? It was just those 2 things?
I'm never done.
Wow.
Yes, I'm finished.
I've heard that about you. I am knitting on... Suddenly I lost my voice. I'm knitting on 2 things as well. I'm knitting on Canyonlands by Nim Teasdale. That's what this is. I'm knitting it out of some Lorna's Laces hand spun that I spun earlier in the year. It is, I think, 10 ounces of hand spun.
Yeah, that's what that sock pack or whatever it was.
Yeah. It is getting there. I've done 2 whole rows since you guys saw it last. That is the yarn cake, and I have one other like small yarn cake as well. I figured out that I need to do 5 repeats, which is 12 rows a week, in order to get it done in time. So I am going to work on that.
So that's 60 rows a week? Is that accurate? So a repeat is 12 rows.
Yes.
And you need to do 5 repeats a week, so 12 times 5 is 60.
Okay. So 60 rows. So that's not terrible, but it's a smidge. It's a good bit. So, yep, that's going on. I'm going to work on that tonight. That is living in a Chicken Boots Deathly Hallows bag. So, yeah, not Deathly Hallows. The one with the maze.
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire, thank you. It throws me off because the book is green, but this is blue. Does that make sense? Yeah. Alright, and it's got dragons on it, which makes me happy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Spew, and Labyrinth, and the Goblet of Fire, had I been looking, and, like, the mermaids.
It's one where...
One-Eye Moody.
It's got Robert Pattinson of, the vampire...
Oh, Twilight?
Twilight, yeah.
He's in that? In the movie?
Cedric.
Oh. I haven't watched that movie. No, that's surprising.
He's Cedric.
And then in my Suburban Stitcher bag, back from when she made bags, we're going retro, I have a new pair of socks. So I am knitting a pair of Knit Spin Farm. This was one of her club colorways, and she's slowly, like, the club colorways are exclusive for a year. So this one will be available in January, I believe. And it is National Soup Month.
I feel like that must have been before I joined.
It is.
Because I like that color and I don't own it.
I have an extra one for you.
Oh.
She sent like an extra half skein for you, so I was going to give you the leftovers from this and then that half skein.
That's sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, yeah. It's got dark red, like a true blood red, and then orange, a cream, a lighter brown, and then a dark brown. Oh, soup sounds really good right now. And her club is like Unusual Holidays Club. So this was National Soup Month. I think National Nacho Day was just released.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be a good one for you too. And I always get it in the Targhee Sport, which is a nice thick weight. And I have a whole year of them.
Yeah.
But
Plus
this is the first one that I've knit.
A sport weight striper. Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't have a whole ton. So this is going to be a present for my brother-in-law for Christmas. I'm getting ahead. I have the hiccups today. And I'm knitting these on size 1 needles. True ones. Novas.
2.25 millimeters.
Not to be confused with Nova Platinas. These are old school Novas. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it's coming out. It's knitting fairly dense for me. And it'll be a good present for him. So, and I'll feel like it's a good, like, fall colorway, too.
Yeah.
But I'll feel like I'm a little bit ahead of the Christmas knitting game. So, yeah. Those are the 2 things that I'm working on. I finished something. Did you finish something?
I did, but why don't you go ahead? Because I need to...
I finished a wee baby sweater. It is the Newborn Vertebrae. This is the paid-for version of I think it's baby vertebrae, and the free one's newborn vertebrae. It's the paid version where you get the different sizes. So she offers, if you pay for the pattern, you can get all different weights of yarn. So this is a worsted weight. This is another Crafty Girl in the Pound Puppy base colorway from her club. Her club is based on like toys. So I thought that was super cute. It came out really well. This is going to Canada when we send everything off. It still needs a good block. I just finished the ribbing today as I was watching The Masked Singer. Oop. And apparently...
Laura has to watch that one without me because I can't.
Yeah.
I can't with it.
Oh, they are the same length. I thought for a second I made one arm longer than the other.
But you pulled a Leslie?
And that... that would have been very sad. But they are the same. So yeah, super cute. And it uses a whole ball of her worsted. So that's perfect. So now I have to decide, because Leslie gave me her skein to make something else with, if I'm going to do a matching hat and booties, or if I'm going to do a second one, and then 2 babies can have little sweaters. I don't know.
How much did you have left?
Not much, like 5 yards maybe.
Okay.
So, if I did another sweater, between the 2, I would have 10 yards. So, not a ton. Maybe enough for I don't know. There might be enough for Booties. We'll see. So that is my FO for the week, and that is going to go into the charity bin once I block it. And take pictures for House Cup. Because it's going to be my headmistress challenge project.
Charity's all well and good.
But you need to get those imaginary points.
Reign supreme.
I mean, that's what gets things done in my house. Otherwise, I probably would have come home and taken a nap this afternoon.
I totally did take a nap.
For being honest. So, that was knit on size 4 needles. And it is the smallest size, the newborn size.
Okay. I've got a couple of items as well. So, Laura and I are both doing charity knitting. I knit also out of another crafty girl. Because her colors are just happy, so I feel like they're good baby colors.
Also, her worsted is like the best worsted weight ever. It's nice and squishy, and it's super wash, and
so
we already had it in the stash.
A skein of Painter's Palette, which this is what's left after a pair of booties and 2 hats. So I did 2 of the exact same hat. That's the pager. Oh, that's just a resend. That can wait a few minutes. So, I did 2 of these hats. This is the, it's a Knit Picks pattern called Calming Baby Knit Hats.
Aww.
It does have, the stitch count is not right for the crown decreases, but I figured it out. I just made it work.
That's unfortunate.
It's a free pattern, so, it is what it is. It's only on one size where the stitch count isn't correct. It happens to be the size that I knit. So there's 2 hats, and then
those booties are so adorable.
I knit. They're called the Dreamy Baby Booties. It's a pattern by Dream in Color, hence the Dreamy, and they're just little. They're just little booties. I knit these while watching the zoo on Animal Planet at Laura's house.
It's like our favorite thing to watch.
Yeah. So, 2 little booties. So these will go, and they have little fold-up tops, so they can
stand up higher.
Yeah. So these will go in. They'll all go in the charity box.
Yep, and we'll talk about the charity that we're knitting for when we get to
the end. The favorite things.
Yep, favorite things.
So there's that. Oh, I have a little bit of spinning as well.
Oh, cool. Look at you.
So when we were at Knitting at the Estate, they had amazing door prizes. And
so many amazing door prizes.
Gail Zucker, who is the other teacher with Laura, she won a fiber door prize, but she doesn't spin. And I happened to be sitting right beside her when she won it. And I said, well, if you want, I'll spin it for you. You know, or you could trade with other people, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But she said, oh, no, you know, spinning sounds great. And so it was 6 ounces from the 100th sheep.com. I'm not familiar with this company, but I'm going to have to look them up because the fiber is really nice.
Is it superwash merino?
It is super fine merino.
Oh, nice.
It's 6 ounces in the deep colorway. And so I split it into 3. So it's going to be a 3-ply, and it's going to be chunky, and it's going to be, oh my god, squeeze worthy. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done, because I am spinning chunky.
On your matchless?
On the matchless.
Cool.
And I am really enjoying it. It goes really fast when you're spinning chunky. I find it harder as I get towards the end of the bobbin to continue spinning chunky, because my feet want to move faster.
Yeah.
And you have to, for chunky spinning, you really have to have fast hands and slow feet for it to work well.
For it not to get over twisted.
This is an Acreworks bobbin. I really like their bobbins, especially for the matchless. For the wheels where the side of the bobbin is bigger, I would worry about it more because of the little intricate lacy bits, but I like their bobbins a lot. And they flat pack, which is great. So hopefully by next week I'll have this done, because this took maybe an hour.
Yay.
Not much at all. So, and you know, with me being on call, I frequently have to go to the computer, work for a few minutes, wait for an answer for 10, 15 minutes. So
Oh.
I can use that time to spin. So, yeah. So that's bobbin number 1 done. I'll have 2 more bobbins and then I'll be able to ply it together.
Cool. I also have a smidge of spinning. I have 2 finished skeins and then a bobbin to show. So last week I said the wrong colorway name for this. This is Poisoned Apples. I think I said it was Hummingbird. So this is Poisoned Apples from Hello Yarn.
It's really pretty.
It is Cordale. I'm finding when I spin things on my matchless, it's getting pretty thin. So this is 495 yards of a 2-ply. It was spun on the matchless and then plied on the Blackbird. It's probably because I have it set up in double drive, and I find myself spinning thinner when I'm set up in double drive, just in general.
It's very pretty. Fits with the Halloween craft all the things.
Yeah, well, Poisoned Apples, yeah, definitely. So I'm quite happy with that. It's very dark. I did have quite a bit of dye loss when I first put in the water, so I put in some, and I had put in a ton of soak, and that's probably why. I put in some, that powder,
Citric acid?
Yes, citric acid, a tablespoon of that. And that seemed to sort it out, because my water is pretty soft. And then, the other thing that I spun, which was a quick chunky ply.
Ooh, that's happy.
This is from Yarn Geek Fibers. I bought this at
Knitting at the Estate.
Nope. I didn't buy anything from her at Knitting at the Estate. I bought it at Plyaway because I didn't buy anything from her because I still had stuff unspun at Plyaway. Okay. So it is a 3-ply. It was a stripy BFL, so that like marled BFL where it's half white and half like a natural gray,
like a humbug.
Yeah, and I think it took it really well. I think this is gonna become pumpkin hats. That's what I bought it for.
Pumpkin hats.
So I need to find a chunky pumpkin hat pattern. It's not super wash, but I have a coworker that I still owe. Like, she had her baby. She went like suddenly on bed rest, and we missed her baby shower. So and her little boy's like 4 months now, 5 months. So I will probably knit a pumpkin hat for her in like a 6 month to a year size, so she can use it. And she should be pretty good. I knit for her first child. I don't feel bad about missing the second one when I knit for the first as much. And then what's on the wheel now is, it's showing pretty dark, this month's Into the World Fiber Shipment. So I am a member of 3 fiber clubs. I'm a member of Knit Spin Farms Back Club, Into the World's Club, and Hello Yarns Club. And this was the September Classic, and I do Classic for Into the Worlds because I don't like...
She doesn't enjoy spinning silk.
I don't like those fine fibers.
Or tencel or...
So this is a Romney, and I love it. I feel like it glows.
Yeah, it's very shiny.
So Romney is a long wool, and it reflects light pretty well because of its long staple length. So the first half is spun. I'm thinking about doing this as when you split it into thirds.
Fractal?
Yes, a fractal. Thank you. It's been a long day and words are not working. So I have the second half of that to spin. I'm excited about that. I'm hoping to get that done this weekend. There are lots of hopes and plans for this weekend. We will see what happens. So yeah, that's my spinning. Yep.
Okay, so for reading, I am still listening to The Night Circus. And reading, I've switched to focusing on Dragon Actually because I never finished that series. Actually, I don't think I got past like book 6. For some reason, something must have distracted me, and I popped off of it. So now I'm back on that. I'm on the book about Kita.
Yeah, Gawain's my favorite.
Oh yeah, the one with Dagmar and
yes,
the northern.
That one's my favorite.
That's my favorite too because I love that the female love interest. These are male female fantasy primarily. And the female love interest in this is like this kind of plain, unassuming, short woman who lives with these big burly men, but
and
she's
is super smart.
Super smart, and she uses that to her advantage, and in reality she's in charge of all of them. They actually call her the Beast because everybody's scared of her because she uses knowledge to like
defeat her foes.
It's really it's a well written, you know, version of the, you know, you don't have to be beautiful and amazing to win the guy.
Yeah, but he is beautiful.
He
and
is
amazing,
beautiful and amazing,
and he will tell you that multiple times. Yeah,
he's super cocky.
I need to reread that series because, like, that one in specific.
Yeah, that was the one I just finished.
I don't like the one that you're on, especially.
Keita,
she's also very smart, but she's
kind of a whiny
spy,
princessy.
yeah.
Like, that's her
vapid
persona.
Is that like a word that would describe her? I think. Yeah.
So anyway, that's primarily what I've been reading. I've been rewatching Eureka.
I rewatched one of those with Amy Florence when she visited. The first one. I should rewatch the rest of those. I'll have to look and see where they are.
They're on Prime.
Okay. That's right. I think I own the first season on DVD.
They might actually be on Plex, too.
I don't know.
I'll have to ask one.
And I'm still reading the Trevor Noah book.
Born a Crime.
Yeah, the Young Readers edition. I just haven't... It's at school, and I haven't had a ton of time to read it. And I've probably done a terrible job at describing Dread Nation because I'm only like an hour into it.
Well, you can talk about it next week once you've had a chance to listen. Just some more.
So definitely check out other people's reviews of it because I am terrible at discuss until I get really into a book. Like,
and then you have to like, okay, that's enough.
Well, she was just born, and then she's at school, and they're discussing. But there's a lot of like world building that I haven't gotten into yet, if that makes sense. So. Favorite things. The Hearts and Hands Baby Layette bag donation is what we are currently knitting for. It goes to, it's a charity that was started by Subculture Yarn, and all the details for that are in her blog. Sorry, y'all, it's been a long week, and my brain is like, you can feel the gears kind of moving on it.
It's linked on our show notes, which are on TheKnitGirlls with 3Ls.com. We're linked to her page where all the details are.
Yep, like there's a link on our page to her page, but you can also Google Subculture Yarn and it'll come up. And then, we forgot to do Stash Dash.
Yeah,
so.
I still have a thread left to look
okay.
through,
so we haven't forgotten about Stash Dash. Like when we go through and say our favorites, we're just slowly still working through that. The Halloween Craft All the Things has started. It started on September 23rd. It's going strong. It's super fun. All the details are available on our Ravelry group, and that's where all the posting happens. We got some more donation prizes.
Yeah, our friend Pam sent us something.
Our friend Pam sent us from her favorite seller, which is GloriaPatre.com. GloriaPatre. But this was sent by a viewer. She sent this cute little, it's jack-o'-lantern.
It's like a progress marker.
Yeah, I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry, y'all. And then, crochet hooks.
Yeah, like a crochet, if you drop stitches. So like
it's a mini set.
A rescue kit or something.
And then these super cute stitch markers that look like pumpkins.
Yeah, so they're very fitting for the challenge.
So these go together in this cute little bag. And then Velvet Hippo, who's so kind and donates to the show a lot. She also donates to SSK a lot.
Yeah.
She had me go to her shop and pick out some stuff. She is velvethippo.etsy.com. And so she sent these cute little
it's like a themed
pumpkin
set of stitch markers.
Spicy pumpkin space.
Words.
Spicy pumpkin fade set of stitch markers. Also, when I get tired, words get even harder. I'm sure that is for everyone. And then the super cute It's kind of like you, depending on what side you have it on, it keeps track of different things. Like you can use it to do decreases on one side and increases on the other stitch marker. So you know if it's like on one side it's this, and if it's on the other side it's that.
Yeah, we don't know what the actual word for that is, but...
Nope. But Tori probably does. That's the lovely person behind Velvet Hippo.
So...
And then some other prizes that we had in the past were the Miss Babs skeins of yarn, the Un Besito fiber self-striper, and then the gorgeous Crafts Untold skein. And I have two more people that I need to respond to their emails. Etsy is blocked at work, so they asked me to pick out stuff from their Etsy shop, and I could not. So I'll get back to them this weekend.
Everything's this weekend.
Everything is this weekend. It's when all the personal life Knit Girls stuff happens versus the real life work stuff that is super time consuming happens. I also worked a 13-hour day yesterday, so I'm blaming that for my
it must
not
have been
being
Jersey
able
Day
to speak.
today.
It was Jersey Day today. And one of my coworkers is a huge Baltimore Ravens fan. And they are playing the Steelers this weekend. They're in their same division. So we got our picture made together. As you do. Usually we have a side bet going. And usually I'm the instigator of that. Where, like, if he loses, he has to wear a Steelers jersey. And if I lose, I have to wear a Ravens jersey. But usually that's because I know that the Steelers are going to win.
Is that not the case?
That's not the case this year.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Are the Steelers not a powerhouse this year?
Their quarterback got hurt in the second game and is out for the season.
No. Bummer.
Yep.
Is that the Roethlisberger guy?
Yep. So, we'll see. It was going to be a rebuilding year anyways. But Roethlisberger took over in a similar situation and, like, that started his career. So we'll see how Mason Rudolph is the backup. And he's from, was it Tennessee? No.
It sounds like a southern name.
I don't know where he's from. He was their, like, third-round draft pick a couple of years ago.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we've got this week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go answer that page that I got about 10 minutes ago. It's just a job that's hung that needs to be restarted. But, yeah. Thank you guys for watching and joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.